Well, hello there, and welcome to This Week at Intuit for December 5th, 2011. I'm Scott Caplener.
Welcome back, Scott. And I'm Holly Perez. Here are the headlines this week at Intuit.
Believe it or not, Christmas is just around the corner. What's on your Christmas wish list? How about some free tax advice? Yep, you heard it right. TurboTax 2011 is offering free live tax advice. The new Ask a Tax Expert service provides taxpayers personalized answers to their questions from an experienced tax professional by phone or live chat. And it's accessible through TurboTax desktop, online, and mobile offerings. For more information, visit turbotax.com.
Listen up, small business owners. Intuit is helping you reach new audiences and increase online sales with Simple Store for Facebook. The free tool syncs merchant websites with Facebook and exposes small businesses to new consumer audiences. Intuit Simple Store for Facebook is available through Intuit websites and free for any current Intuit website Simple Store customer using Intuit Web Payment.
Intuit has released its monthly Small Business Employment Index. For November, small businesses created 55,000 new jobs, up 0.3%. That's an annual growth rate of 3.2%. And while these numbers are promising, there is a continued decline in compensation and hours worked. Susan Woodward, the economist who worked with Intuit to create the index, says overall, this is the best data we could hope for given the uncertainty of the situation in Europe. You can read the full report at index.intuit.com.
Intuit's Vice President of Corporate Finance and Treasurer, Marge Thomas, will present at the NASDAQ OMX conference in London, December 6th. This is Europe's largest investor conference for U.S. equities. A live audio webcast and replay will be available on the Investor Relations website.
Intuit is hiring directors of customer support for our Woodland Hills and Tucson offices. Help us reimagine the customer service experience. Apply online at intuitcareers.com.
Continuing our Season of Giving series, this week we hear from San Diego engineer Keith Sherwood, who led a cycling team that raised more than $45,000 for multiple sclerosis. Another record year for Intuit. MS is a disease that affects about 2.5 million people worldwide.
I've led the Team Intuit bike team for the MS bike ride to raise money for the MS Society for the last 5 years. We ride for our coworkers, for our families, and for our friends that have MS, because we believe in the mission of the MS Society to further research and services for local victims of MS in San Diego. The entire team is able to take advantage of the WCBG matching grants for their fundraising. They go out and raise money, and then they're able to match that with their Easy Match funds from Intuit. Additionally, I personally apply for a grant for the team for the MS Society, and I'm happy to say that Intuit has given us the grant every single year. Probably the most rewarding thing about leading the team every year is actually getting people from different parts of Intuit together to work on something bigger than ourselves. It's really a win-win-win situation. The employees win because they get to do something, you ride at 50 miles twice for 100 miles or 150 miles that they didn't think that they could do. It's a win for the MS Society, of course, because we're raising a tremendous amount of funds. The 40 bike riders this year have raised over $40,000. It's a win for Intuit because people come from completely different departments that wouldn't necessarily work together. And then in the end, we get to wear our Intuit jerseys and represent Intuit the day of, and that's a great feeling.
Next week, we'll introduce you to Ralph Turner, who has helped feed the Bay Area homeless for the past 5 years.
Paula White has 2 magnet signs on her car that advertise her business: QuickBooks, training, installation, and troubleshooting, along with her phone number. Now, many people have signs and stickers, but how many of us have been called in the drive-thru? Well, that caller became a customer, and the rest is history. To run her full-service QuickBooks accounting firm, White uses WebEx, GoToMeeting, and QuickBooks Premier Accountant Edition, offering customers 24/7 access to her services. For putting the customers first and leveraging technology to make life more enjoyable, Paula White becomes our Intuit Customer of the Week. You can read the whole article about her here in the Serving Customers channel, only on the Intuit Network. Well, that's all the time we have today. We want to thank you for watching, but before we go, I'd just like to say that with the month of November having come to a close, I finally get to shave this thing off. I hope it raised a bit of awareness when it comes to men's health, particularly cancers. I know it did for me. I'm Scott Caplener.
And I'm Holly Perez. Have a great week.